In the depths of a remote, fog-cloaked forest known as Whispering Pines stood a dilapidated cabin. This forsaken place was shunned by the nearby village due to the eerie legends that cloaked it like the ever-present mist. They spoke of a malevolent spirit that resided in the shadowy depths of the forest, a ghostly figure that haunted the cabin and tormented those who dared to enter. The village children whispered tales of the cabin's last occupant, an old man named Elias, who disappeared one night without a trace. Some said they could hear his anguished cries carried on the wind. In truth, the tale was rooted in a more sinister reality than anyone could have imagined. One dark and stormy night, a young researcher named Lisa ventured into the forest, determined to uncover the truth behind the legend of Elias. Driven by a blend of curiosity and skepticism, she brushed off the villagers' warnings and pressed on, guided only by the faint, flickering light of her lantern. As she approached the cabin, a chill crawled up her spine. The air grew thicker with each step, the whispering pines seeming to echo the fearful voices of the past. She paused at the threshold, her heart pounding against her ribs. Summoning her courage, Lisa pushed the door open. The interior was as decrepit as the outside suggested, with rotting floorboards and cobwebs that draped like ghostly curtains. Her eyes were drawn to an old, dust-covered journal lying on a rickety table. With trembling hands, she opened it. The diary belonged to Elias. It chronicled his descent into madness, detailing encounters with a shadowy figure that tormented him nightly. His last entry was barely legible, scrawled in frantic script, "The darkness is alive. It beckons me." A shiver of dread coursed through Lisa as she read the final words. Suddenly, the candle in her lantern flickered violently before extinguishing, plunging her into darkness. An unnatural silence fell, broken only by the creak of the cabin settling around her. Lisa fumbled for her flashlight, but it refused to turn on. That's when she felt it, a presence, heavy and suffocating, as if the shadows themselves had come to life. A faint whisper brushed her ear, sending icy tendrils of fear down her spine. "Leave," it hissed, the voice ethereal and distant. Lisa turned to flee, but her legs felt rooted to the spot. The whispering grew louder, more insistent, until it was a deafening chorus of anguish. In a frantic burst of energy, she tore herself away and stumbled out of the cabin, running blindly through the forest. She didn't stop until she reached the village, panting and drenched in sweat. The villagers found her the next morning, her eyes wide with terror and her mind fragmented by the ordeal. No one ventured into Whispering Pines again, and the cabin fell into even deeper disrepair, a silent guardian of its dark secrets. Lisa never spoke of what she encountered, but her haunted eyes told a story of their own, a tale of a darkness that was very much alive and waiting for its next victim.